All right, so pleasant day to each and everyone. So, how are you, students? Ayan, so ilang bagyo ang nagdaan, no? So, it's been two sessions, no? Na hindi tayo nakakapag face-to-face. But then, for this afternoon, no? I'll be sending the part 2 of our lesson that is included to your quiz this coming Saturday, okay, before you present your group activity. Okay, so I want you to take time to watch this lesson because I'll be giving a short quiz this coming Saturday. If there's no class, suspension. All right, so moving on. So we're gonna discuss about developing an entrepreneurial attitude. So we already done defining what is entrepreneur or entrepreneurship all about. So now we will dig deeper on developing those entrepreneurial attitude. Okay, so let's start with the first slide. So as we read the description. So again, so when we say entrepreneur, an entrepreneur is defined as a person in effective control of commercial undertaking and one who undertakes a business or an enterprise. Then the other definition is entrepreneur is an innovative person who maximizes his profits by following new strategies or venturing into new products or services. Okay? So from this slide, we will about to differentiate entrepreneur to entrepreneurship again. So I'll be reading the definition of entrepreneurship. So entrepreneurship is the act of being an entrepreneur who starts any economic activity for being self-employed. And entrepreneurship also is the process of the entrepreneur, and it is an attempt to create value through recognition of business opportunity. So it is basically communicative and management functions to mobilize financial and material resources. So as you can see, in differentiating entrepreneur to entrepreneurship, an entrepreneur, so take note of this, is a person in effective to what? To control the business, no? They're the one who seeks to maximize profit by venturing into new strategies. So they're called as entrepreneur. Pag sinabi naman natin entrepreneurship, uh, this is the actual process. Okay? So, meron tayong sinusunod na proseso on how to mobilize resources to create value. Okay? So, I'll give an example. If a person, no, is identifying a gap in the market for halimbawa yung mga eco-friendly packaging, and then they will decide to open a factory in producing eco-friendly packaging. So ngayon, if that person identify that eco-friendly packaging, so we gonna consider him or her as entrepreneur. Why? Because they gonna open a factory to produce eco-friendly packaging, and at the same time, in opening that factory, they need to hire staff. May mga taong kakailanganin, may mga empleyadong kakailanganin, and also finding customers. Okay? So that is entrepreneurship all about. Okay? So I hope nagigets natin yung difference between entrepreneur and then entrepreneurship. Okay? So, another thing that we need to consider is we have the governing forces na tinatawag. So, yung mga governing forces natin, I'll start with the socio-economic, psychological, cultural, and other factors, religion or caste, family background, level of education, level of perception, and then another governing forces are occupational background. We have also migratory character, entry into entrepreneurship, nature of enterprise, investment capacity in ambition, or moderation. So from this slide, no, so no entrepreneur kasi class that starts from zero. They are shaped by what? By those governing forces that I have mentioned. So halimbawa, in order for you to be an entrepreneur, kasi hindi naman pagkapanganak sa'yo or even nakagraduate ka na, or you know, you have already the profession, is matatawag ka or magpa-plan ka agad to be entrepreneur eh. So may mga governing forces tayo on how we will decide to be an entrepreneur. So itong mga forces na to are the factors. So ano yung mga factors na kailangan nating makita? Yung family background natin, if our family is into business, so tayo din. Possible maging entrepreneur din tayo. So ano pa? Our education. So if we are graduate of business administration, okay, major in marketing, ganyan. Or if we are graduate also of hospitality management, no? Pwede din tayong maging entrepreneur. Although tourism is also included then, but maliit yung percentage for the tourism students to be an entrepreneur. Unless na lang talaga. I'm just telling you about the education um category. Pero if even tourism graduate sila, but they have the family background like nagbe-business, so pwede naman sila mag-entrepreneur. And even mga migratory characters, no, it's all also included po sa mga governing forces natin as may example. And sige, mas lilinawin natin para mas maintindihan yung mga governing forces, like a person, halimbawa, whose parents or yung magulang niya were owner ng isang shop. Okay? Any types of shop owners yung parent niya. So technically, with that family background as part of the governing forces, so may magmamana sa mga anak, no? Sa mga um, kapatid, kamag-anak ng shop na pwedeng na-build or matagal nang nakatayo. Okay? And who has a degree in marketing, as I mentioned a while ago, and may feel more comfortable starting retail brand because their environment has already provided them with a perception that needed to succeed. So, ayun yung pwede natin makita na regardless, no? Makikita rin natin dito regardless if you are graduate or not. If you feel comfy, no? Komportable tayo in starting any brand. You want to take the risk. So, yun din po yung nag-govern sa atin in order to be an entrepreneur. So maraming nagiging factors, no? Pero hindi lahat has the gift to be entrepreneurs. So ito po yung makikita nating um, mga factors para tayo is makapunta doon sa klase ng profession or career. So who is an entrepreneur? Ayan. So, mas maano natin, kasi nga ang topic natin is developing the attitude, no, of entrepreneurial, or the entrepreneurs. So, characteristics like being an entrepreneur requires specific characteristics and skills that are often achieved through education, hard work, and planning. Okay? So, we have here the risk taker. Businesses face risk. Entrepreneurs minimize risk through research, planning, and skill development. Okay? Then we have also the perceptive, where entrepreneurs view problems as opportunities and challenges. Curious or curiosity, entrepreneurs like to know how things work. They take the time and initiative to pursue the unknown. So if you can see here from the slide, we are calculating the risk and the perceptive thinking of the entrepreneurs. Okay? So entrepreneurs, they're not considered as gamblers. They are considered as calculated risk takers, no? Who used to what? Mag-research, no? Okay? Research ng opportunity, mag-research ng business, mag-research ng um, tamang market. In order to what? Ba't nila ginagawa yung mga research na yan? In order to minimize danger. So, they are also considered as perceptive um, person because those entrepreneurs, meaning they are looking onto what? Onto problem and see the business opportunity. So, quite confusing. Like, kakaiba kasi mga entrepreneurs eh. Sa isang tao, normal na tao, no? Ang common denominator natin, we don't want to look on the problem. hindi tayo tumitingin agad dun, sa personal na buhay natin. We're not looking to problem. Hindi natin inuuna yun. Sino ba sa atin ang magiging normal to think of, gusto ko magka-problema or ano kayang problema ang darating? It's not like that. But the entrepreneurs is vice versa, no? They are looking to problem kasi that problem is they're considering that as opportunity. 'Di ba? Very rare. So, if you want to be entrepreneur talaga, there is something unique when it comes to your attitude na hindi siya pwedeng maging common sa ibang tao. Example, no, para mas maintindihan nyo tong tatlong to. So, instead of opening a restaurant, halimbawa, the entrepreneurs calculated risk that they would conduct market research on local demographic first. Okay? So, usually, common perception ng mga tao ngayon, if they're gonna plan a business, nakikita nila, maganda 'tong mag-coffee shop tayo, maganda magtayo ng coffee shop kasi marami ng kumbaga in demand. Marami ang nagtatayo, marami na though maraming competitors, pero feeling ko kikita tayo dito kasi in na in ngayon ang mga coffee shop. But, if we will apply on, calculating the risk, no, and the perception of the entrepreneurs, they gonna market, the local demographic first. So, they will think or check on the towns, cities, no, ganyan, that has or lacking of healthy food options. So meaning to say, they're not about to raise or to plan a coffee shop kahit in demand, but rather than to look onto ano ang kulang within the town, within the city. Nakuha niyo yung point? Kasi ang thinking natin, once we plan, ano yung mostly gusto ng tao. Which is tama naman in the other perspective. Pero yun nga, ang mga entrepreneurs, malalim sila mag-isip. Problema agad. So, ang problem nila ngayon is paano makakapag-provide ng mga healthy foods within the city or within the town. Kung puro coffee shop ang nandun, ano bang wala doon? Ganon. So kung ano yung wala, this town is not serving healthy foods or what, parang pare-parehas na yata ang mga milk tea shop, coffee shop, lahat na lang, puro drinks. But parang, why not mag-try tayo maglagay ng mga healthy food options? So, they perceive this problem as challenge to create a successful healthy food option cart or healthy food option shop. Kuha ninyo? Diba? So, ganun dapat tayo, if we will think of business itself, we will think first, ano yung wala. Pero ingat din, kasi hindi lahat ng wala dyan within the town or whatsoever is minsan mag-fit in din doon sa naging perspective mo. No? So, malalim. Napakalalim talaga ng entrepreneurship. Curiosity and creative imagination. Okay? So, success requires what? Being, the attitude ng pagiging curious about how things work, and by the use of what? Yung imagination natin to visualize things that don't exist yet. Yan. So, kung kayo yung tipo ng mga taong malawak ang inyong imagination, you are very creative, more than being creativity, no, na meron kayo. So, this is the right path or career to you someday or in the future. So, example, a careers entrepreneur might take apart an existing piece of software to understand its flaws. So, based from this, yung imagination nila, so inaalaw na mag-create ng bagong version or better version ng product that solves those specific issues for customers. Ulitin ko yung example natin, ha. Si entrepreneur natin, applying curiosity and creative imagination, um, kukuha siya ng existing piece ng isang software, halimbawa sa laptop, ganyan, no? Kukuha siya ng software and then kailangan niya unawain kung ano yung nagiging kumbaga default or flaws ng software na to. So, kailangan niyang aralin yon, and he or she will try to imagine to create a better version of that software na kahit may default, parang hindi ganong magiging kalala pag ginamit ng mga users or customer. So, with this, he or she is trying to prove na kaya niyang mag-imagine ng by means of experimentation, by means of testing, by means of, you know, uh, trying his or her best to create something better, a good idea na hindi pa, no? Hindi pa na ilalabas sa market or hindi pa usually alam ng iba. So hindi lang naman tayo sa mga software, and even in uh, producing or providing products, 'di ba? Sabi nga, 'di ba, one of the subject on the old curriculum before, we have the product development. Ano ba yung mga pagkain na pwede nating i-sell out sa market na talagang hindi pa natitikman, hindi pa nailalabas talaga sa mga restaurant, sa mga kahit yung mga simpleng pamilihan. So they are using their imagination and creativity with that. Though pwede naman tayong gumamit ng mga products na existing, pero paano natin siya i-improve pa? Paano pa i-develop? Sa pagkain, madali lang eh. No? Medyo madali tayong makapag-improve. Medyo mahirap yung sa service, and at the same time, kapag may mga klase na tayo ng business na kailangang dumaan sa mas maprosesong um, paraan para very evident na itong ginagawang proseso is magiging successful at the end of the day at useful sa ating customers. Lalo na yung sa mga gadgets, ayan, maraming ginagawang proseso dyan in order to develop, no? So, another thing that we need to consider, ayan, so we have, yan, I'll be reading this one, imaginative, persistent goals setting, and hardworking. So from this slide, we can consider this the persistence and the strategic goal setting of entrepreneur. So sabi nga nila, the true entrepreneurs are considered persistent person. So they don't quit when they face shortcomings or any bureaucracy or criticism. They're also driven by goal setting that they need to look for the next venture once the current one is stable. So, baliwala sa mga entrepreneurs yung mga pagkikriticize sa product, sa service, or kung ano man, parang nanonormalize nila yon. And that is one of the good attitude po ng isang entrepreneur. Kasi they're just focusing on the goal. Kasi sa lahat naman ng business, talagang may mga negative feedback, may mga unsuccessful stories, di ba? Wala naman kasi talagang 100% perfect. Pero if you're entrepreneur, you must focus on your goal. And kung may masasabi, di ba, parang sa Facebook lang, may mga bashers, yan. Kung may mga bashers, di ba, sa business mo, whatsoever, it's okay. Dapat may ganun ka lang attitude, no? Ina-normalize mo na um, it's part of the business. It's part of being an entrepreneur. Diba? Kasi, everybody naman hindi natin ma-measure if they want, if they're really satisfied with your service or product, regardless kung 100% mo na binigay, pero we cannot please them. Diba? Kahit naman ginawa mo na yung pinaka 100% na standard in order for you to, the customer to get satisfied, no? Yung quality and excellent service, everything is already there. Pero, kung hindi talaga magmamatch doon sa mga customers, it's okay. And ino-normalize mo yun. It's fine. Yung ganun kailangan yung attitude, no? So, another example para mas maintindihan nyo ito nasa slide natin is that, for example, an entrepreneur, we're gonna first product launch, no? So, para bang may opening halimbawa ng restaurant, and then may mga food na ipapatikim halimbawa sa mga customers. Example natin yan. And then, nag-fail yung launching because of um, maybe one of the factor is bad timing. Okay? Bad timing, like mali yung mga market din na um, nag-food taste, something like that. Or parang may problema din within the staff during that time. So we can consider that as bad timing. So they don't give up whatever the problem na pwedeng mag-arise during the product launching. Okay? So they analyze their mistakes. Halimbawa, parang may mali dun sa product na napa-food days, parang may lack of ingredients na ilagay sa sobrang kabisihan, sa sobrang pagmamadali, sa sobrang naghahabol ng oras and whatsoever. So may mistake in short. So they gonna analyze that and try again. Okay? So that's part of persistent and goal setting. And at the end of the day, once the business becomes profitable naman, they immediately set new goal to expand into uh, another market. So, vice versa naman siya. If there's no mistake na nangyari sa first launching, naging successful, and then yung mga succeeding days, weeks, months na dumaan is naging profitable agad from the first launching. So, ang ano nun, ang mangyayari is they gonna have immediate setting of new goal na agad ang gagawin ni entrepreneur. Eh kasi profitable na eh. Ang tawag dito in Tagalog, sasamantalahin niya yung pagkakataon na yon, yung timing na yon to expand. Okay? So, ganon. Another thing that you need to consider is we have the self-confident, flexible, and independent. So, self-confident entrepreneurs believe in themselves. Their self-confidence takes care of any doubts they may have. Flexible entrepreneurs must be flexible in order to adapt to changing trends, markets, technologies, rules, and economic environment. So independent means entrepreneurs desire for control and the ability to make decisions often makes it difficult for them to work in controlled movement. Okay? So from this, no? So these three attitude is we are highlighting the high energy and self-confidence ng ating mga entrepreneurs. So, in building a business class, it requires hard work or hard-working nature. So, hindi pwedeng maialis to. If you have these three attitudes, no, or if we're gonna see those entrepreneurs having this kind of attitudes, they practice themselves to have a hard work sa kanilang business. And that is part or nature ng pagiging entrepreneur in order to push through, no, kung ano man yung kailangang maging outcome ng business. Okay, hardworking, it entails the um long hours of duty, long hours of planning and evaluating the challenges and opportunity of the business. Okay? And marami pang iba. At dito din sometimes nangyayari yung um, even you are a hard-working entrepreneur, sumasabay din sometimes yung self-doubt. So, you need to um, make balance class doon sa self-doubt over hard work. Kasi minsan ang tao ganyan eh. The more na nag-hard work, para bang napi-feel mo din, okay ba tong ginagawa ko? Tama ba tong pagod ko? Tama ba tong lahat ng pinag-effort ko? May ganong minsan at the mids. But you know what? You need to maintain um, on the goal. Lagi ka dun babalik sa goal. So example natin is an entrepreneur might work halimbawa 80 hours per week. So mako-consider natin siya as a hardworking person. Okay? So, when critics tell them their idea will never work, ayan, papasok na dyan yung mga nagkikriticize, yung mga negative person, negative people. Kasi syempre, sa business kasi, most of the time, hindi ka lang naman isa yung nagpapatakbo nito eh. May mga kasama ka din. 'Di ba? Pero dahil magkakaiba kayo ng ugali, magkakaiba kayo ng mga perspective somehow, may mga magki-criticize na para bang they gonna tell you that it's gonna the idea will never work out the way you want it. So, lahat ng effort, lahat ng weeks and months na pinag-aralan mo at in-evaluate mo yung plan mo sa business, then may magsasabi lang sa yung ganun, sometimes dumadating na yung self-doubt eh. Or nagiging weak ka na para dun sa goal mo. So, if you have the self-confidence, it will act as the shield or your protection, allowing them to keep moving forward despite the negativity. So if you're confident for what I'm doing, na-aral ko to, na-analyze ko to maigi, and I know na magiging okay yung outcome nito at magiging profitable tong business na to, that's it. 'Di ba? So if that would be the case, your confidence is very high. So ngayon, ang mangyayari dun sa mga nagki-criticize is, of course, sila ngayon yung lalayo or sila ngayon yung magi-stop. Kasi wala na silang magagawa. You're confident for what you want to do eh. So dapat ganun din, no? If you're aspiring to be entrepreneurs, para bang sinasabi nila, kailangan mo maging um, confident at may paninindigan ka sa lahat ng ginagawa mo. Na namamali lang ang isang bagay, sabi nga din nila, if hindi mo kayang panindigan yung isang plano or yung situation mo. 'Di ba? Ayun. So, entrepreneur naman. So, we will define entrepreneur. So, iba ang entre, iba ang intra. So, when we say intra, this is a person or they are the person within a large corporation who takes direct responsibility for turning an idea into a profitable finished product through assertive risk-taking and innovation. Okay? So, they're considered as a person that creates innovation from within. Ayan. So, sila din yung sinasabi nating um, who bring the entrepreneurial attitude, no? From intra, and then um, you will becoming, you will, you will becoming an entre at the end of the day. So, para bang you will be an intra first to be an entre. Nakuha ninyo in order for you to develop the entrepreneurial attitude. Okay, example natin, okay? So, an employee at a technology giant like Google who identifies a way to improve a search algorithm and leads a team to develop it using the company's budget and servers. So, this acting is considered as intrapreneur. Okay? Why? Because if you look onto the definition, they are taking the direct responsibility for turning an idea into a profitable finished product. So, yung Google, okay, uh, they identify kung ano yung mga ways para mas ma-improve yung pagsisearch. Okay? Dinevelop nila ano yung easiest way to search, no? Ano, whatever it is, kung ano man yung isi-search. So, yung company's budget and servers natin is mas na-develop by means of the initiative of the intrapreneurs. Okay? So, ayan. So, you will now differentiate those two when we say entre and intra. So, parang ang intra, they gonna have a group of people together to have a successful um, outcome of the business or idea. Ang entre kasi, pwede maging large um, corporation sila, pero meron namang pagkakataon na mag-isa lang siya sa business, no? I still remember yung mga sole proprietorship, no? Corporation, partnership, ganyan. So, they are different to each other. Okay? Pero pwedeng mangyari from intra ka to entre. Okay? So, ayun yung gusto ko makita nyo between the two. Okay? So, next we have, so on how, the question is how to develop entrepreneurial attitude aside from what we have mentioned. So you need to have the knowledge in doing the business plan. So hindi ka pwedeng mag-business ng basta-basta. Hindi ka lang pwedeng mag-isip, no, directly na, oh, I have already the funds. I have already the supplier. Okay na to, sige, mag-start na ako ng business. It's not like that. You need a creative plan, no? A reliable plan, a business plan para ma-push through mo ang isang business. Okay? Pag-aaralan mo yan for a long term. It's 6 to 1 year, 6 months to 1 year. Gagawa ka ng business plan mo. Everything na kailangan mo sa business is kailangan mo ma-evaluate ng maayos. Okay? Hindi porket may funds, may pera, may budget, push ka na sa business. Kailangan mo munang dumaan sa process on how you will do the business plan. Okay? So, kailangan din ng teamwork sa business plan, no? And the question how, okay? Entrepreneurship involves the logical business plan and the ability to foster teamwork. So, example natin, halimbawa, a business plan uses a marketing strategy. Okay? So, of course, if the business plan will work on the marketing strategy, technically, mag-expand yan at the end of the day kasi may mga strategy silang ina-apply. Okay? Or ano bang platform ang dapat i-apply para mas makilala ang brand or mas madaling ma-recognize ng mga customers. Okay? So, you will start or allow yourself, of course, na magkaroon ng small startup muna. Okay? Small startup to achieve the big goal or the massive goals. But at the end of the day, one person could not reach this alone. So, kailangan talaga may kasama ka for in doing the business plan. Kahit ba sabihin mo, "Ay, gusto ko magsolo ng business, gusto kong mag-entrepreneur, I am alone lang talaga." It's not like that. You need the suggestion, the creative thinking din ng ibang mga kasama mo, at least 2 to 3 kayo. You need that. Kasi again, you cannot reach alone yung business na gusto mong magawa if ikaw lang mag-isa. Okay? And another thing that we need to consider is, do you need additional quality? Of course, the answer is yes, because we are providing or we want to provide excellent service to our customers. Okay? Ayan. So, may mga pictures tayo dyan that the question like why do we need to serve business, no, na may kalidad, no? Kasi at the end of the day, if one person attracts, no, the business, somehow magiging means na rin siya or bridge po sa ibang customers to tell them na ang business na to, halimbawa ang coffee shop na to, ang restaurant na to, maayos, very organized, very uh, detail-oriented ang mga staff, okay? And maayos ang service. So, from one person na naka-highlight yan, sabihin, isang tao ang na-attract natin sa business, there will come a time na magmumultiply yan sila. Okay? So, alagaan din natin ang customers natin somehow. And at the same time, kailangan nating maipakita sa kanila that we're not just after with the profit, no? mapakita natin that the plan of the business, everything that we um or everything that you shared together as a team is kasama po doon ang purpose with your customers or employee. I mean customers or guests. At the same time, yeah, we can consider yung purpose din sa mga taong sa loob. It's not, ang hirap kasi nowadays if you are building a business, nagiging selfish most of the time because you just want to earn profit. No? Hindi naman masama yun. Pero lagi nating ilalagay din sa plan natin ang customers natin and even our employee. What's our what's our plan also to them? Though the main core is the business itself, pag naging successful ang business, dala-dala natin sila. Pero lagi nating iisipin din kung um, ano din ang magiging highlight. No? Though siya is nasa second ano natin, pace or priority natin sila. Okay? Pero without them kasi, mababaliwala din ang business, di ba? So, choice is your an entrepreneur or an intrapreneur. No? So, from these two, um, para bang I just want to leave this question sa inyo. If entrepreneur and intrapreneur matters on a business, you're not about to choose no sa sarili ninyo kung entre kayo, intra. Kasi I do believe that at this moment of time, of course, you have your different plans and goal after you graduated. Pero ngayon, ito bang entrep and intra is very essential sa entrepreneurship? Parehas ba itong working for the process? And entra and intra, we're talking this as a person, as individual, or it can be a team or a group of person. Okay? So I will end with this slide. Okay? I want you to study again this one and even the part one of the topic. And again, for the last time, no, I'll be giving quiz tomorrow, on Saturday, and prepare also for your group activity. Okay? So that's it for today, class. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your time. And keep safe, everyone. Goodbye.